because I'm quite a loner and I'm quite a hermit in many ways, most of our friends were Vicky's friends, really. I have maybe 3 or 4 very close friends, although they don't live near me, and I'm in touch with them a lot. But I realised all the people in our village, they were Vicky's friends rather than mine, but they became my friends. You know, I would hear a knock on the door at times, and I'd go out there, and there'd be no one there, but there would be a Tupperware full of spaghetti bolognese on the door.
We had lasagna.
That's
the traditional one, Gary, lasagna. Yeah.
I had a lamb tagine as well, but I don't like lamb. But
that's a fancy.
I pretended I did. And the other thing was that Vikki was my second wife. You know, she was 8 years younger than me, and we met in her 30s, my 40s, and I kind of wanted to know everything about Vikki. It was strange, really, because I knew her background, I knew her past, and yet I didn't when she died. So I started ringing up all her friends, and I went to visit them. What was she like at school? I wanted to know what she was like at school. I wanted to know everything about her. At university, I went to university because I'd known these people, but I wasn't able to quite put them in her timeline. Who was a school friend, who was a university friend. And I became very forensic. You know, there's a book by Joan Didion, The Year of Magical Thinking, in which she becomes very forensic about the death of her husband. Well, I became very forensic about Vicky's past, and I would go and I'd stay with people overnight, and they were great in that they would just let me talk about Vikki if I needed to, because a lot of the time I just wanted to give them my memories. And they would tell me all about what Vikki was like as a little girl, and I loved all that. And I have to say, over the last year, quite a few people have fallen away. They kind of have let me get on with it, and that's fine. And it's partly also, although we were very similar, Vikki and I, in that we like, you know, we were sort of soulmates. We like sport, we like theatre, we like music, that kind of stuff. We were quite different in that she was very gregarious and outgoing, and I'm not. So I kind of probably don't reach out to people as the way she would have done if it had been the other way around, I think.
It's also natural to get that natural fall off a bit, because everybody's going to want to be there and help. As Tiger's Way, everyone's lives are carrying on and they'll have their own issues coming up. But it's nice to know, isn't it, that they are there. I would like to think that if you needed them, you could pick up the phone, whatever they were there. My friends started a WhatsApp group for me.
Great.
We belonged to a little theatre. We had this group of friends, and I wasn't allowed on it. They said it's about you, not for you. So they started a group, and it meant that if I needed, you know, babysitter or something, or needed anything, I could message the moderator and say, help, on Wednesday I need someone to do this while I've got to go to work and do that. And they put it around the group, and someone would go, yep, I can do that one. And that was the way that they found a practical way to support without constantly being on the phone going, what do you need? What do you need? What do you need?
What a brilliant idea. Yeah.
Brilliant. And they said, use it. Idea. And the advice I would give to anybody in my position is, when your friends say, if there's a thing you want, tell us. Yeah. Take them up on it.
Yeah.
If they said it, they mean it. And if they didn't mean it, they won't ask a second time. But if they did, they'll do what they said.
Yeah.
So don't do that thing of, I can't ask. I don't want to make a pest of myself. If they've offered, take it. It was a fantastic thing.
It's having that courage, isn't it? A lot of people that friends of mine who have lost their husbands, wives, and, other people that we support, they find it very difficult to do that. If someone says, oh, just give me a call, let me know I'm here for you, they find it really difficult to phone that person and say, yes, I do need you. But other people say, no, do you know what? It's my survival. I've got to do this. Otherwise, I need those people around me. And that takes courage. And as you say, I would urge people to do that as well. Just go, yeah, okay, I really need help now, please.
Well, the thing I realised was that, and it took me a little while to realise this, is that they lost her as well. Yes, I'd lost her, but they'd lost her. She was part of, and there's a sense of helplessness when you're not the one who's in the middle of the firestorm. There's a slight sense of helplessness on the outside. They want to do something. And it helped them to be of use to me.
Yeah.
It was healing for them too, to be part of that. And it took me a while to realise that. Once you get over your own initial pain, you go, of course they have it too. There were times I'd have a friend come round for the evening, and I'd end up with my arm around them while they were having a cry about her or whatever. Yeah. And you go, yep, that's all part of it. It's a group grieving, and I think that was important to sort of come to terms with.
Yeah. And as you say, I think having they need support themselves as well. Friends need support. So to actually produce a little group like a WhatsApp or whatever it is, I think that is such brilliant advice, because otherwise you sit at home and you think, oh, I don't know, should I phone them? I don't know. And you've got no one to ask. Who are you going to ask? You know, you can't ask the person who's grieving. So to actually, again, it's all about community, isn't it? It's all about coming together and helping each other. And also, I mean, the message that I put out today to friends and family is that, you know, be there for the long term, not just obviously at the funeral when everybody's there. You know, it might happen, I don't know, 2 weeks down the line. It might happen 2 years or 20 years down the line that they really need you. Just checking in, just keep checking in.
I didn't pay for a babysitter for 18 months. It was brilliant.